So Robbie, an exciting day for Rosebank with the launch of these two wonderful single casks. And really what I'm interested to know, I think a lot of people are, is what's the rough timeline for the rebuilding of the distillery in Falkirk?
Where we are at the moment, Gordon, is the construction guys have been on site since December. If you were to drive by, it's a brown field as far as you can see.
Chimney's still there though?
Chimney is still there. It's part of the skyline at Falkirk, that's going nowhere. We're not using it though. It's just for appearance's sake. The nuts and bolts of the distillery, actually what's going to produce Rosebank single malt in the future, is almost there.
And when do you think we'll be up and running in terms of producing our first spirit?
We should be handed the distillery around about June 2021. We will have spent maybe 4 weeks, 6 weeks, commission it. That's putting water everywhere. Send water here, there, make sure nothing's leaking, make sure the pumps, the electrics work, everything. Then we'll start mashing soon after. That could take a while. You know, you're going to mash, you've got to wait for it to ferment, you distill it. These things take a long time, you tweak it. I'd like to think by late autumn 2021, I think we would be in a good place with regards to the new mixed spirit at Rosebank.
Well, we've got these two single casks, which are from 1993. Now, the distillery obviously was closed in 1993, so these are the first releases that we've brought out. It's a really exciting time, and this really represents where we left off, I think, with Rosebank, both these whiskies. And I think they both show that wonderful Rosebank maturation style, which we all know, and the sort of uniqueness of the spirit with those triple distilled element, and then of course those worm tub condensers, and it's all in these single casks.
Yeah, these are examples of typical wood that we're using back in the day. You know, it would have gone into refill bourbon, or it would have gone into a first fill bourbon. Although they were distilled in the same month, I'm expecting these two to have different character, and they will come to the front when we actually get to tasting them.
Okay, let's try some of these wonderful single casks. So we've got 433 here now. As we said, February 1993. So we're looking at something like 26 years old or so.
Almost 27 years.
Almost
27, yeah.
Straight off the bat, vanilla. There's no surprise. There's of course got that vanilla in there. That's that American oak influence, but it's got a sort of candied sweetness to it as well, hasn't it?
There's some fruitiness in there. The sweetness disappears quickly with this, you know, which is a bit of a surprise. You get that blast, and when the nose says it's going to be a sweet whiskey, but no, it quickly changes from that to something different. You know, you get these peppery notes coming through. Almost
like sort of fresh daffodils. There's a floral something going on in here, which is typically Rosebank.
Triple distillation, heavy worm tubs.
Yeah.
They're fighting against each other.
You
know, so it's, and I don't think any particularly one aspect wins anytime. They just do mighty well.
But yeah.
In this particular style of cask that we're drinking from today as well.
The other thing I noticed, it's got this weight. It's got this little bit of weight in the mid palate. And that I'm thinking, you know, might be because of the worm tubs, but it's got this little bit, just a bit heavier than any other triple distilled whiskey I've tried. And that might be exactly what we were talking about those idiosyncrasies of the production.
No, you're absolutely right. It hasn't got that lightness you'd expect for a triple distilled lowland whiskey.
Yeah.
You know, this has got something, it's just got a wee bit more body there. You know, there's something more going on. It's not flat, it's not light, it's not sherbety and disappearing, as you often expect with that particular style. But no, this is actually going on, and it's still going.
I'm still tasting
I've only had the one drink.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
And I'm still getting to that. I'm still getting these lemony, pineapple-y zestiness coming underneath the tongue. The sweetness went reasonably quick, but everything else is coming on the background of that.
And it's just...
And that's actually maybe a couple of minutes in.
Yeah. This is the second one. 625. Although the same cask and although distilled in the same month, it's going to be a really different style. So there you go.
Thank you.
And again, similar colour, not a huge difference.
It's almost identical to the colour. The recipe of the distillery wouldn't have changed from 1 week, 1 month, 1 year to the next.
No.
You know, it's the cask.
Yeah.
So what we're looking at is what that cask has done compared to what the other cask did with the other sample.
Oh, pineapple.
Isn't it just? Lots
Bang,
of
much very different to the last one.
Yep.
Pineapple, very strong.
Yep, getting it there. A wee bit less alcohol than the previous one.
Yep.
So you're not getting that kind of, there's perhaps more of a tingle in the nose of the first one than you are with this cask, this bottle, but it's very sweet coming through.
A little taste of this.
There's a sponge cake element in there as well.
There is a sponge cake.
Vanilla sponge cake. Oh, that is different.
Very different, nice feel.
It's softer.
It is a little softer.
Yeah, it's softer.
It's got a bit more of a silky feel to it, I think.
Yeah, absolutely.
Personally. And I love the fact that, you know, with both of these, in the aftertaste, in the finish, it just keeps bringing flavors, which you pick up afterwards, and you get a hint of a bit of, you know, tropical fruits coming and a gentle spice, or even a hint of wood smoke coming through.
It's giving, isn't it? It's not just something you're just going to drink and drink. You can actually sit and savor it and actually, what's this now?
Yeah.
Because I'm now getting bananas coming through in the nose, which I didn't get initially.
Yeah.
So it's actually, it's releasing more and more different levels.
Yeah.
And which you really don't really consider lowland whiskies being as complex as this.
Yeah.
You know, but this is actually really quite a complex whiskey.
So these single casks, I think, mark a really big moment for us at Ian McLeod in the Rosebank journey, and we're very excited to be releasing these in very limited quantities via a ballot.
One of the finest Rosebanks I've tried.
Yeah,
both of them, they're both very, very good.
Completely agree.
No, really, really good.
Sláinte.
Sláinte.